It's here, how surreal to realize the Cybertruck actually exists, although it still isn't finished 5 long years after the truck's reveal. The promised range, price, and towing capacity didn't make it to reality and probably never will. Our privately owned truck, lent to us by Out of Spec, was still waiting for software updates to enable full self-driving and basic off-road features. We won't be surprised if the single-motor, rear-drive entry-level model never goes into production. For now, trucks rolling out of Tesla's Gigafactory in Austin, Texas, are limited edition Foundation Series models. Dual-motor models cost $102,235, while the triple-motor setup that earns the Beast designation costs a precious $119,990. We already tested the dual-motor Cybertruck. With 600 horsepower and 525 lb-ft of torque, it accelerates to 60 miles per hour in 3.8 seconds, 100 miles per hour in 9.7 seconds, and through the quarter mile in 12.4 seconds at 110.3 miles per hour. That's quick, but the Cyberbeast obliterates it. The quickest pickup truck ever, you can identify a Cyberbeast by the snarling Cerberus, the three-headed dog of Greek mythology, laser-etched into its stainless steel tailgate. Like the Model S Plaid, it uses one motor to drive both front wheels and devotes an individual motor to each rear wheel. Combined output from the trio is 845 horsepower and 864 lb-ft. This propels the 6,884-pound Cyberbeast to 60 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds, half a second clear of the next quickest truck, the GMC Hummer EV. It's further ahead of the 4-motor Rivian R1T, which needs 3.1 seconds. Combustion-powered trucks don't stand a chance. The supercharged Ford F-150 Raptor R and Ram 1500 TRX need a wheezing 3.9 seconds. Even the mighty Bugatti Veyron took 2.7 seconds. At 6.6 seconds to 100 miles per hour, the Cyberbeast edges out the Porsche 911 GT3 RS and leads every other truck by more than a second. Trapping 11.0 seconds at 113.7 miles per hour also makes it the fastest truck we've ever tested through the quarter mile. And it should have been faster. Our production truck ran into a speed limiter 200 feet before the finish line, despite Tesla's boast of a 130 miles per hour top speed. A company insider tells us that's another unfinished feature that will be unlocked with a software update. Impressive accolades, other test results likewise impress, though not to the same indomitable extent. A 60 to 0 miles per hour stopping distance of 126 feet is good considering its all-terrain tires, tying a Toyota Tundra TRD Pro and R1T wearing knobby rubber. Then again, both an R1T and a Ford F-150 Lightning shod in pavement-oriented all-season tires halted in 117 feet. Furthermore, this number doesn't illustrate how the Cyberbeast's brakes feel. Tesla's motor Reagan effect is so strong it's often not necessary to use the friction brakes. When it is, though, the pedal is unnervingly soft and vague, never producing a sensation that pads are biting against rotors. Holding 0.77 G average around the skid pad makes the Cyberbeast sticky for a full-size truck on all-terrain rubber. Matching a Ford F-150 Lightning on all seasons. Our R1T long-term review truck accomplished the same on its all-terrain rubber, but a different quad-motor example on all seasons gripped to 0.86 G average. On our figure-8 course, the Cyberbeast's raw acceleration helps it claw back advantages. It completed the lap in 26.6 seconds at 0.72 G average, the fastest time we've recorded from a truck on all-terrain tires. It betters the dual-motor Cybertruck's 27.3-second lap and makes a mockery of the F-150 Raptor R's 29.4-second time. And our 1T quad motor on all-terrains tied the Cyberbeast's time but only held on to 0.68 G average, pop all seasons on that Rivian, though, and it rips around in 25.5 seconds at 0.73 G average. Of course, numbers never define how a vehicle drives. Road test editor and resident hot shoe Chris Walton had some things to say about what he felt at the Cyberbeast's helm. Clearly, it's quick, but the brakes and tires are challenged. Acclimating to the steering didn't take much time, but each lap was an experiment. The Cyber Beast does nothing predictably or repeatably. Sometimes it gave me accelerator control and modulation, sometimes it would take it away, and I could flatfoot the PETA. Beast on a leash, Walton's analogy could describe the Cyber Beast as a whole. It's as if Tesla designed it without much regard for how it'd work on this planet, instead prioritizing an aesthetic that sucks in attention like a four-wheeled black hole. Few practical outcomes ensue from this approach. Start with the stainless steel. The stiff body panels provide high impact resistance, but get dirty easily, constantly. Trying to keep the Cybertruck clean is an unwinnable battle. The owner's manual has a section nearly as lengthy as this article with excruciating care instructions, including the warning, "Do not use hot water." The body is a sponge for fingerprints, and its blunt front end slaughters insects, which Tesla says must be cleaned immediately to prevent damage to the exterior. Imagine that, the claimed world's toughest truck withstands sledgehammers better than butterflies. A protective aftermarket wrap seems necessary. The Cybertruck's shape also inherently compromises its functionality. This isn't to suggest that usefulness must always supersede style, but it's rare to encounter a vehicle that so forcefully defies common sense. The rearview mirror is the size of a candy bar, and it becomes entirely useless when the metal tonneau cover is closed, as is necessary to extend driving range. Those triangular side mirrors work about as well as you'd think. Seeing what's around the truck is an ordeal. The two small camera views shown on the infotainment display are a meager substitute for seeing things with your own eyes. Don't forget this is still supposed to be a truck, too. The way its body sides rise over the bed means cargo can only be accessed through the tailgate, not from the top. Space is boosted by the underbed storage locker and front trunk, neither of which contain a standard spare tire. In our earlier Cybertruck test we found it to flounder off-road, although it's an adept tow rig, and the Cyber Beast's extra power likely makes trailering even